Let's see, let's see. How's this all going? Looking good, looking good. Alright, looks like we are live. Network error. Oh, let's see, let's make sure this all works out. Alright. Here's me, Kim. Hey, how are we doing? Glad to be back. How was everyone's weekend? Are we excited for this wonderful... It was actually a beautiful Tuesday. Yesterday, just the general East Coast and all that, as far as I know, was looking pretty grim and somber as far as weather, being overcast, rainy, so on and so forth. But yeah, today it was sunny, but some wind. So if you were outside, it didn't feel hot or cold. So yes. Kelly and I walked around a bit. We had some time to kill before lunch, so we walked around Bethlehem. So it was nice. Yeah, we had some errands to do, and we had an appointment for pest control guy to come by. So we didn't get to spend as much time as we wanted to, but I'm excited for this point in weather where it's going to be hopefully warm without being too hot for now. June will probably be about the same and all that. Wait, Tylet, did you say that you prefer cloud? So yeah, there should be game music. Maybe I can up that a little bit. I'm not sure quite the appropriate level, but it should essentially be the music from the game. Oh, here we go. So I'm not quite sure I'm not hearing the game audio on my headset. So what I hear is mostly just kind of quiet. We can't see the games. That's because I'm not playing the games yet. I'm chatting. I have it on just chatting. So I didn't forget, I just haven't started doing anything yet. I just got online, so I just wanted to give people some time. Anyone who is joining chat, hello, welcome. Hope your Tuesday night is going well. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's the gameplay, but Cloud'll the memory. If only we had memory. So, yeah. Knitting a donut pillow. That sounds amazing. Is it? Could that pillow be for Rye? So, yeah. If there are any, as always, let me know if there's anything with if game audio is too soft. I know it's just at a menu right now, so it's not going to be anything special. But let me know if there's anything with the stream that can be adjusted. So, yeah. Hello, welcome everyone. Today's stream, I want to continue doing some more Fire Emblem gameplay. For those of you who have tuned in before, thanks. Thank you, Kimmy Taurus. You are an excellent moderator. For those of you who might just be joining me for the first time, I'm going to be playing through Fire Emblem 3 Houses on the Maddening Mode difficulty. But I decided I wanted to specifically highlight the character, our favorite noble of nobles, the wonderful red-headed Ferdinand von Eyre. For this round, I'm only going to be using him. I'm going to be using Edelgard so that Ferdinand has a chance to try to show her up and prove that he is in fact superior in every way as he claims. And Byleth will also be there to try to keep them in line and make sure they don't get killed. So, and that's all the units that I'm going to be fielding this entire playthrough. So, manning mode, playing on a new game file, and trying to survive with just 3 units. So far, we've gotten to right before Chapter 5. And our units are progressing pretty well. All 3 of them are above level 10, and all of them have gotten into their first certifications for intermediate classes. So I'm going to be looking at trying to get some class masteries onto these units and start paving the way to making them extremely powerful. So, just to let you know. So yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. So we'll be continuing with that, and yeah, anyone who's joining in, feel free to join in the chat. Let me also give a shout out real quick. I want to give a shout out to any friends, family, and strangers that have, in the past few weeks, have joined my streams, and especially those who have left a follow. I've felt extremely motivated lately, where something that I started trying to do just because it was fun. And it's a way for me to to be connected with people while still just playing video games, something that I would do on my own anyways. But it's become much more than that, even in such a short time. I've been getting feedback from numerous people, especially those that I know personally, and just the positive feedback that I've received, where people are like, I just really enjoy watching your stream. You have a great voice for it. Your content is very well thought out and very helpful in the way that it's you present it. And just people who look forward to tuning in to when I go live, and I appreciate that whenever the notifications go off, I see a small group of people that join in almost any time that they can. So shout out to anyone who's been supporting me. I still feel like this is pretty early in my streaming journey, but it's exciting because who knows where it's going to go. Maybe in a few months you'll see me the 2,000 followers, getting monetized, getting sponsored by NordVPN or something. I'll start my streams with an ad for Raid Shadow Legends. But right? Goals, those are definitely things to look forward to. But I also have been trying to work on some new things. I spoke with our favorite moderator, Miss Kimmy Torres, and I don't know if she realized how much she helped me, but just getting ideas flowing and actually taking the time to look at different things that I wanted to build upon and add to the stream. So for anyone who may be watching that hasn't followed, please do so. You'll hear a new notification sound. It's the Fire Emblem level up sound clip. And instead of just a generic Twitch emote thing waving at you, it's a picture of my cat again. So please follow so that we can see that more often throughout the stream. What else? Now all of the VODs, previous streams, are now set to auto-publish. So if you come in late and you miss something, it'll now be published automatically when I finish the stream, so you can go back and watch the beginning. So that's exciting. I missed clicking on that, but because I was sitting with someone and thinking about it, I went back and looked, and now it's enabled. So there's some good things there. Yeah, just little steps. I'm not expecting to have a huge social media platform. Oh, I forgot to tweet about this. Let me tweet real quick. This is hard. Some people comment on how streaming just seems like a very simple thing. You're just playing video games on the internet while talking to people, but there's a lot of components that goes into it, even before you start a stream. Streaming Fire Emblem. 3 houses on Twitch doing a Ferdinand emblem on manning difficulty. Join in for a chill stream and to some One second. And then I also must master the hashtags. That's good enough for a tweet. If I had Twitter, I would tweet etc92 is a real teach. Would you ever stream Smash sessions? Yeah, I would definitely be up for streaming Smash sessions. I did get on stream once. We did a small Smash session on the one Monday that we played. And that had lower viewership, but at that point I wasn't really advertising my streaming as much. That could be a good way to reach out to other communities where, you know, people who are looking for like Fire Emblem or whatever. I feel like I'm starting to get a handle into those communities, and maybe I'm starting to post enough that people are starting to like recognize my name, and if they see me on Twitch, I'm hoping that there's a connection that's being made there. And if I could extend that reach into the Smash community as well, that's a whole like other branch of people to get in. So that's an idea for the live streaming too. Like I would definitely like want it to still have a focus on like technique and like discussions of strategy and like things like that, but I think it'll be fun to just kind of play a few games and just go from there, because if I wanted to really break things down or like introduce concepts in their entirety, that might be better for like utilizing YouTube or something like that. Are there Reddits for Smash that maybe you can collab with or with other games? That's something to look into. So I know there's subreddits where I could advertise Smash streams. I did actually get one of my friends that I know personally from going to Smash tournaments in the region. He streams on Twitch. Shoutouts to Shoutouts to the Savior Ninja, who's dropped me a follow the other day. He streams Smash pretty regularly, and he suggested that maybe we could collab sometime. It sounded like a passing idea, like, yeah, you know, let's make this happen sometime. But it's also a realistic possibility that I could collaborate with other streamers. So a lot of the other people that I know through Smash that stream, unfortunately, I don't know that personally well. Or there's big enough where they're more likely to try to collaborate with other top like streamers or whatever, rather than, you know, etc. here with his now 20 followers. So it's only a matter of time until I get up to their level. But yeah, so That's just a quick update on things going on. If there's any new people in the chat or anything like that, if you haven't dropped a follow, if you want to get notifications when I go live or whatever, you already know what to do. I'm not going to bug you that much. But yeah, I think we can get started. What? Oh, let me actually look at something. Why is there an outline? Why is there an outline? Oh, that's not what I want to. Alerts. There should be no border. There we go. There's a little border for the notification box that I must have put in there by accident. Look at me cleaning up my stream during the stream. Alright, so updates. We have a accurate and definitely did not forget to keep track of kill counters for each of the characters. That is not something that happened the other day, and it was a bit of a panic to go back and fix it. But yeah, that's present and up to date. Oh, he has a bouillon cube. You have a bow. That's a better bow for sure. Get some axe going on here. And what else do you want? Yeah, I'll just make sure he has some health. And then make sure abilities are where they're supposed to be. Model leader is just actually pretty cool. If you get new battalions, that's a great way to kind of get them up to a higher level so they're more useful immediately. But I don't have anything I'm going to use that for right away. Honestly, close counter might be better than rally dex, but I'm not going to have Ferdinand use bow all that often. Tempest Lance, now that I'm not fighting Death Note, is going to be better than Night Kneeler. That's fine. Shatter Slash. Actually, let me get this in over Night Kneeler. Shatter Slash is probably going to actually be pretty useful on the monsters as they come up. I'll need to replenish battalion endurance. So let's do that all at the marketplace. Did you just say Death Note? I don't recall saying Death Note, did I? Oh no, am I secretly beginning my use of the Death Note? Yeah, I'll do an Iron Max Plus. And yeah, might as well. There, I think we're in a good spot. What am I doing right now? I did not take notes. Alright. What's their motivation like? They are sleepy. So I guess I'll motivate so they can be taught. Is this one? No. This is not one where I was thinking of chapter 6 stuff. Alright. So did I? Oh no, that's what I need to do. Quests. I need to clear the way eventually, but that's fine that I didn't do that right away. It just means that I can't buy Death Knight sounded like Death Note. So you can't write Byleth's name in the Death Note because my Byleth's name is Tyler. No, my Byleth's name in this is different. The last one, it was Tylat. This is Billy. I'm definitely not writing that name in the Death Note. That is sacrilege and will not be tolerated.
It's
So
thing. Let me still. We can't lose them, Professor.
look at me gaining some points for sounding reliable.
My mistake. The map I grant that I feel.
I could recruit her. I was gonna recruit her closer to the paralog just to reduce her chances of getting just murdered. So I hadn't attempted to do the, maybe I should see if I can go to recruit them a little bit. I haven't really made much of an attempt to do the
A risk though.
DLC paralogs before,
What?
because I hadn't really used the DLC characters all too much, like Yuri, Balthus, all of them.
A risk though.
But don't have anything. She likes this.
For me.
Who's my priority in support gaining? So Sylvain, I already have. Lawrence, I still need. Felix should definitely be a priority. Ignatz and Raphael. So I am gonna recruit these units to get their paralogs, so I can get access to better battalions and all that. So let's see who I can attempt to do big recruiting. Let's get Raphael. Raphael and Ignatz have a paralog that's pretty easy to complete. And yeah, those are just pretty good to do early on, just to he shouldn't be too hard to recruit on his own, but raising the support level with him will only help.
Oh, I love.
I did not expect
Oh no,
much from the dining hall.
I just saw that
but this does
notification.
not
My current Smash practice partner looks like they just got online to practice Smash while I'm here trying to stream. Trying to take advantage of time when I'm not practicing myself. Trying to get ahead. Felix is so hard to feed properly. Expose? Look at me. Instead of getting good, I'm just sitting here playing Fire Emblem. I don't know why I'm so set on trying to get Lysithea up. Alright, let me make a mental checklist. Ash, I will need him, but he is pretty easy to recruit. Mercedes won't need her until post-time skip, so can recruit her right at the end. Net don't need her at all. Ingrid will need, but I'm already at the levels to recruit her, so she's only a soldier now. I always wait to recruit Ingrid until she goes into Pegasus Knight. That way I don't need to raise her levels myself to get to that point. Marianne, not till time skip. Lysithea, not till time skip. Hilda is not going to be recruitable in this route. Flame joins automatically. Constance and Yuri and Balthus and Happy will be later. Dorothea, I already have. Lawrence, I want to do. I can't. Sedith, well, not happening. Automatically, not happening. Already have. Felix is high up there. Leone, not till time skip. So yeah, most of these are not till time skip stuff. So I don't really actually need to focus grinding support all that quickly. Yeah, let's eat then. What do I want to increase? Let's do that since I have a lot of them. I do appreciate
I enjoy baking sweets.
Tylet has shared with me that he puts my stream on in the background while practicing Smash. I play Smash Ultimate pretty regularly, and I also have a bit of insight in, like, I was part of the competitive community for a number of years, so there'll be some times where I can dispense some knowledge and just generally useful information about it. So I'll maybe I'll shout out some like matchup knowledge or whatever in the middle of a stream just randomly. Um, I'm just gonna choose this. Oh. Choir practice. Oh, and everyone here for this. The big things that I wanted to do here is find Ash and...
Although, that means what right to... Huh? I'm really flattered.
Charmin Lance. So, Byleth Lance is already at... Oh, yeah. I think I need just like one level in Lance, and he'll be recruitable right away. So, I'm not worried about Ash at all.
Need something?
1800. I can get another Divine Pulse.
This one?
That will probably be helpful right away.
You're all set. See you again soon.
And then let me talk to Mercedes.
Isn't you?
See if she has any lost items. Her I do definitely want to recruit before
Did you?
Plot point. But again, I'm not in a huge rush. Are these... Wait. Goals might be more helpful. Yeah. She's been saunaed, and he's been saunaed. Alright. So Sauna's in the good. How do I expend my points? Let's probably just raise weapon skill levels. Let's go here because there's multiple people that could train. So yeah. I guess while I'm doing this, I'll give some life updates.
How are you managing
For my
the Sword
work.
of the Creator? No problems? I hope you have. You will need this.
There we go. I do want Axe though. And I'm already certified for Pegasus Knight, right? Yeah, I'm already in Pegasus, so the Lance is pretty underwhelming. So I need bow and bow's a D+, I could do that. So Axe is really the big thing. So
How are you managing?
I'll do that with Byleth. Yeah.
Practice. I am trusting you. You must, however, you will.
Nothing I particularly want to do that Rhea has. Gilbert's here. I can train in Axes with Gilbert. Let's see.
Hail, Professor. I may have slowed a step in recent years. No.
That. Now Byleth is in Smash.
The glory.
Like I said, I could recruit Ingrid now, but not going to. Anna could increase bow, but what can I do that's a lot of value here? Because at this point, raising professor level much more is relatively inconsequential. I could raise support, but like I said, I'm not in too big a rush to recruit some of these people. So yeah, I guess raising Byleth up and just weapon skills is probably going to be the best thing I can do. Yeah, let's do it. I already did the greenhouse. I definitely know I planted some stuff. I did not do this guy's minigame though. This guy's minigame gives you some ingredients, and it's also a good way to get to. That might actually be useful, but I'm pretty low on money right now. Yeah, so let me just do the recon before I get distracted and make purchases I can't afford. Just like real life, huh? I love the people who wait right there. They're the real MVPs. They know what is up.
Huh?
The shifty merchant always makes me think that it's a person I'm looking for.
Hello.
Kinda
Right,
rude.
right.
A lot of people wait in this area over here. No one today. See if anyone's in this dining hall. I sense a nearby person. They are definitely in this dining hall.
Okay.
Oh, I'm passing them. Did I miss something?
That's right.
They're either super blended in, or... What the hell? Oh, they are super blended in. They did a good job with that.
Okay.
I might not win this one, but I at least want to get 3 people. Oh, not too far off from this. This one might be doable. Hey, I did it. Are they the real NPCs? I love the people here who put like real good killing edge plus. That's actually really good for that price, but I'm not really planning on using swords. Wood steel I can get plenty of. And I'm out of activity points. I don't really want to / need to recruit people. I think I'm good to keep moving. The real MVPs. Now these guys have their motivation, so I can train them optimally. I'm surprised you got the D+ with your Bane, but I think you pretty much have everything that you could want right now. Someone was still saying that you'll get this literally after the next thing. Yeah, I don't even know if this is quite what I want, but the weight -3 apparently is actually pretty darn helpful pretty early. You still can't get into a flying class, so I'll worry about that later. I'm probably just going to keep grinding lances so you can work towards swift strikes. Those were terrible. Terrible. I don't care about the rest. Goals. Let's do the axe and the heavy armor. And then lance and axe. Yeah, you're gonna need that axe level for whatever. I think that's good.
Professor.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want, Bernie. So we gotta have a tea party. Speaking of which, I haven't had tea. Like,
Thanks
I
for
had tea
inviting
for
me.
afternoon, but I
Thanks.
haven't had tea this evening. I feel a little lacking in the tea department.
Hot, hot, hot.
What is she like? Dining partners working together. So working together.
I see.
Yep. And
I see. Don't throw away anything that's still usable.
she's always so angry looking. A lot of Leonie's support conversations with you are just
Thanks for the
like
tea.
coming after you over something. We all need tea. I should if I get monetized, I should do a channel point
It's a decent.
incentive for me to brew tea.
Wow, I see.
Yeah. Alright, now we're gonna do some battling. Well, I can do some more certification stuff, assuming I have. Nope, I don't have intermediate seals. Bram bram. That's another reason why I'm trying to move on to the to the next month, so that I can actually do certifications. Alright, so clearing the way for merchants. Don't mean when you get. That's the mentality that I'm supposed to have. So whenever I'm done with a stream, I get a email from Twitch Analytics that just kind of gives me notifications on how close I am to reaching oh, I can still only do one adjutant, but I still get notifications to tell me like how close I am to reaching certain goals, and one of those goals being able to be eligible for the affiliate program and thus being able to become monetized. It let me know that I have completed 3 out of 4 of the requirements necessary, and
I am
that
Ferdinand von
all
I
it
will
will
prevail.
take is
Stay focused.
yeah, you can totally just go in there and get them, but let's focus more on these guys here for now. Yes, I know you can do curve shot, but yeah, the only thing that I am deficient in is just actual like followers. If I'm able to get, what am I at now? It says 20 followers. If I'm able to get up to 50 followers, which the goal is set at, then
Predictable.
I can apply for the affiliate program.
Practice.
Keep in mind that becoming eligible for affiliate and actually being affiliate aren't quite the same thing. You do still need to apply and be accepted. But if you do apply and get accepted, then yeah, it'll be pretty clutch. Do this just for the experience. Oh, I see. He is So yeah. No, that is pretty exciting, because that means that it's just that much closer that I could potentially do something such as become an affiliate. And if I become affiliate, one, that means I'm gonna have to take the time to invest pretty heavily into making things for the channel, like emotes and things that people have been asking about, and it'll just be amazing. So still going to be a little bit of work before I get to that point, but it's exciting to think about how close I can be.
Not so fast.
So yeah, I'm having them stick to Byleth because Byleth's personal ability grants them more experience. So yeah, the professor's guidance is just really good for situations like this. Also, by participating in combat, they get some points towards their class mastery. It takes a lot of points to get class mastery, so I am doing everything that I can to try to get them there right now. What is this? 68, 66. So yeah, smash. Just to make sure it hits.
I won't.
Army hype. So that's another thing I need to help make more available. I need to get on with making a Discord so that people can join in. Because that's something where it's like, it'll be cool to be able to chat with just people in between times when I'm doing streams. But it's also a good opportunity for me to showcase more pictures of my cat. And that's always something I'm looking forward to doing.
Not worth the risk.
This, I'll just
Well
rally.
done.
I guess they can't raise their support any further until after the time skip. You have Fusillade. That's actually perfect for hitting right here.
My.
Yeah, Edelgard can get model leader as well, so it's Can Byleth take this guy down? Or am I leaving? Yeah, I thought so, but just want to make sure. Make sure I'm not setting her up for failure. Oh, there's more bullions. Honestly, with only having to equip 3 units, it might actually be really easy to manage income. So I can do this, and you get a battalion, but it's weak. So I'm going to do this, which gets you better stuff. So, so chances are for this week, I'm thinking ahead for the rest of the week in terms of streaming. Wednesday, there's a chance that I might not stream at all because for my main job, I'm doing a new route for my Wednesdays, and what that means effectively is it could potentially be easier or it can potentially be harder. And I am not a fan of the uncertainty. Didn't need to do all that.
I will prevail.
Yeah, if you have just the Iron Shield. So
I am
it's something
Ferdinand
where
von
I'm like,
Iron.
in theory,
Stay
this was
focused.
done so that I could potentially get done earlier on a Wednesday. But when I look at, they took away a couple of my driving stops that are the furthest away. Which, again, sounds pretty good in practice. But, well, pretty good in theory, but in practice, what is that gonna look like? So, there's a chance that, even though my potentially busiest stops are not going to be a factor, I might still end up running pretty late because, well, they're just giving me more stops. So more deliveries, less driving, Papa John's. I mean, whatever the heck job I'm doing.
Predictable.
I like how their instinct is to go for Byleth Does Byleth just have weaker defenses than Ferdinand at this point?
That
Defense 10, defense 12, yeah. So yeah. It's okay. I'll just wait in chat. No! Don't you dare wait if I'm not here. It'll just be too sad. Maybe I can post an update on Twitter. You know, that's a thing that I can do. My Twitter should be linked in the on my Twitch page here. So if anyone's interested in checking that out, I don't do much right now besides just post updates for streaming, but you're definitely welcome to follow, and I'll keep track. Well, I'll try to keep up with that there. But yeah, I would definitely stream if I can, but if I can't, then that's just how things go. Can't bit. What? She's still fine, but that's quite the development.
we must.
Look at that. That's almost a perfect level up. Just all the right stat growths there. And whatever. Yeah, like I said, she's fine, but I was just like, why didn't my gambit hit?
Think this through.
It's a shame though, because Edelgard actually has access to the combat art Helmbreaker, which does extra damage against armored enemies, but I just don't have access to that. I haven't equipped it. Beep, biggity doo.
This.
That was not a good level up. Infinitely disappointing.
Predictable.
Trade secrets are good. I'll get some use out of them. I'll get these items. I'll save the leveling up for Ferdinand.
Unexpected.
So unfortunately, she might not really see much more combat because she can definitely go around the back here and start baiting them up. But not quite sure how that's gonna end up looking. Let me maybe get some axe. Maybe I'll get a miss. Yep, and allow Ferdinand to move up and secure some deathing. No. Get some experience. Get some item. Edelgard I probably could have had go the other way and be able to catch up quicker that way, but I didn't think this through. You know what? Let me do this. And then get some rally going.
Thank you.
If only Ferdinand was faster, where I could like actually guarantee that he would be able to utilize Rally Desperation better. I'm gonna hope that he has really low attack and just cannot
The glory.
defeat Edelgard at all. If so, then this chapter's pretty much over. Yeah. Is there anything these two can do? Nope, absolutely nothing left. It's my chance, 86. I don't like that, because if she misses, then it's just straight up not a good time. So I'll use a combat art to guarantee that. Yay. You guys are in for a treat.
So much.
I'm going to be doing chapter 5, also known as
I
the
am grateful.
the hallway of death. That's
I
what I'm
have
calling it
gratitude.
right now. Because this chapter 5,
So much.
essentially you have to go around this entire hallway sequence and loop your way around in order to fight Miquelon Gautier, a thief who has stolen
Did you need?
um,
Thanks.
a hero's relic from House Gautier and is attempting to use it, although not being an
Delicious.
effective, not having a crest compatible to use it.
Indeed.
But yeah,
Yes.
it's hard. It's hard normally, but then having only
Yes.
3 people will, oh. No, I failed to do.
It
I
was
am
delicious.
grateful. Thank you so much. I do like the little quirky,
Impressive.
there we go.
Appreciate it.
Unfortunately, those merchants in the main area don't actually, sell these here, intermediate seals, or else I would have gone back and did that. So, got some bullions I can sell. Beginner seal I'll sell, because I'm not going back and doing beginner training. Get this thing off of Sylvain. There. So, replenish, because they're going to take a beating. They're going to need it, full health. Gonna probably forge some weapons, because it's going to be a slugfest. Yeah, I'll do it for lances too. I have the cash money, so might as well. Oh, not enough resources. All right, I've actually completely depleted my resources. I will repair that though. All right. How many these things do I have? I'll just get a couple, because money doesn't really seem to be much of an issue here. Failed the Duke. The Duke! If only Dedu was a Duke. I appreciate the naming scheme for Fire Emblem characters, because often it is just kind of like, huh, why was that name chosen? It's just kind of odd. What do I have here? Magic, luck, speed. What? Speed? What is that? Speed? Oh, that's got to be an emote. So, I'm gonna announce to the entire world my personal weakness. I'm allergic to the vegetable carrots. And it wasn't always this way. This only developed, like, in my young adult years. I used to eat carrots a lot. Loved them. Then they hurt me. Like, it actually makes my chest start to close up. So, there's a running joke where there's just a bunch of... Yeah! I'm gonna have to make a carrot emote so that people can spam the chat and just, like, completely immobilize me. So I have a bunch of luck and magic. But yeah, it's orange. That is close. You were close. Who am I gonna try to have double? Speed is 24. Speed is 14. Alright, I have chosen. You are gonna try to double. So, turns out Byleth has become my fast unit. Yes, like when you die in a game. So many carrots. After so many carrots, I just collapse and can do nothing else and just die. I guess Byleth I'll give the magic, or I can sell that actually, because there's literally nothing I'm going to utilize magic for. There's absolutely no need for me to hold on to magic. So now I just need to determine who's luck. 13, 12, 12. Who needs luck the most? I'll give the 1 luck to Byleth, and I'll give the 2 luck to, I had a Steel Lancer that, that's fine. And I'll give the 2 luck to Edelgard here. Sorry, that was 4 luck. That was much more luck than I was saying. There. And they all have the option to go back and get vulneraries. Where is the Chalice of Beginnings? That's funny. Let me trade ya. Because she's gonna fight for, she's gonna fight the archers on the other side of the wall. Especially because she has the range to actually fight those archers. I will do this. Yeah, that's all fine. And Byleth has no reclass. Hit plus 20 is definitely good for Edelgard. And Death Blow I want because of, once I get to Swiss Strikes, that'll be real good. I think I'm ready to get started. Is the Betrayal of Carrots the start of your villain arc? I was never the same after that. Isn't it something though?
Grateful.
Like, I remember specifically, like, where I was living at the time, what I was doing,
This weather is unfortunate.
and,
Those villagers were right.
like, I used to eat baby carrots as a snack. And then just a gradual realization of, like, oh, my chest is tingling, that's a little weird. Like, it felt like anxiety. And then, like, just the more I did it, the more it happened. And the worse it got until it was painful and, like, I don't go into, like, full anaphylaxis, like, but, yeah, I don't have a good time. And, oh, you stop taking up the slots. But it was kind of frightening, to be honest. I think I'm just ready to go. There's not really much I can do to prepare better. So, if I step in the range of these archers here, it'll trigger these enemies in the center to just rush. So just for reference, there's 25 enemies to my 3. And there's more that come in for reinforcements. There's like 8 that come here and 4 at the top. So 12 on 25, that's 37 against 3. If I could ask my mod to help me with kill counter and yell at me if I forget to update something. But even just
Stay
mentioning
focused.
it will make it much more likely that I actually remember to do it. So thank you for that. Is it in range of an archer? Nope, that is Gucci territory. Perfect.
I will prevail.
So
I am
they can
Ferdinand
honestly
von
attack
Eyre.
wherever they want.
Much needed.
I can't be the anime villain though. I have the messy hair. I have the cute big-eyed romantic interests. I have to be the main protagonist. I should definitely not antagonize the main group yet to come down. Yeah, because I have these guys I want to deal with. Gilbert is a pushover. Like, oh my god, how are you such a pushover? These guys hurt a bit.
I'm not.
And I'll rally.
Thank you.
I have yet.
Yeah, Gilbert's, he's not meant to die there, but there's a very strong possibility of him dying there just because of, I can actually just shoot him right here and get the boosted experience from Byleth. Good Crest of Flames. Is this, I don't think this is danger territory yet. I'm actually going to, yeah, let's give up this Steel Lance. Because, yeah, I really should actually heal. Oh, look at this guy, he made it so far. Since I've been exposed, I'll admit I just finished practicing narrative back air conversions, but switching over to 3 houses now. Nice. I'm just gonna use Byleth because Byleth should be able to. Oh, look at that. The main reason I'm doing this is because then I can go ahead and do this here. He can go ahead and secure the kill. We'll use that later, but I can access that. And get some more healing going on. If you if you're playing 3 houses, does that mean that you're trying to practice your parries by playing Byleth?
Stay focused.
I'll just do that. And then rally Dex.
Well done.
I'm going to be doing this fairly slowly, but it's literally just oh, why'd you get hit? It's so painful. Oh my goodness. Yeah, because I don't really want to use Gambits because it's going to get really messy really soon. Are you fast enough to? You're not. Gosh, darn it. This is actually kind of bad. Okay, there's a yellow thing, so I could probably get away with using 1 Gambit. So. 76, 71. Let me use a combat art just to make it more reliable. And yeah, let's hope that Ferdinand here is able to land on that tile. Easy money. Ooh, that hurt a bit. Less easy money. This I'm doing because Byleth will not die with this.
I can fight through anything.
Oof! There we go. There, easy money. So that's all the reinforcements from the back end. So. She won rally dives. Oh. Huh. Convoy, get some more vulneraries up in here. He probably could have used. It would have been worth it for him to do the health bonus kind of stuff. So I have now just triggered all of them to start moving, which may be my undoing, but. Let's see what we can do best, how we can make this work out. And Ferdinand I definitely will heal with, because he's gonna need it. Oh, look at Edelgard's
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
yes, that is good. I'm gonna attempt it.
Watching them.
There we go. Edelgard's already taken a beating. She does have battalion advantage, so that might actually help her to be able to counterattack before the enemies attack her. But let's see how that comes into play here. Yeah. She was able to land both hits before that, but yeah, that's going to be some pretty dangerous kind of damage coming our way. That's not bad at all, though. What's her battalion endurance? I want to keep track of that. Because if it gets too low, 7. Ugh, I shouldn't have her take many hits at all anymore after this.
Think this through.
Because yeah, that's gonna get, if her battalion breaks, then she doesn't get the bonuses that she would have from that. That'll be kind
Well
of
done.
Yeah, I knew that guy was gonna be a bit of a pushover. I did want to get that, but I also need to prepare. Look at this onslaught. All these boys are just gonna be rushing at me. And it is pain.
I will prevail.
Wait. Did anyone use a gambit? Or I'm gonna move her up here because I think this might increase her battalion endurance. And the extra level might help here. Okay, some decent things. Oh, gambit use. I should have waited for Ferdinand to get there. That's not what I meant to do. I'm sending Byleth down here because with Kanto, I can grab the Armor Slayer, which I might actually use. Oh, these guys are closing in quick. This is spooky.
You'll be repaid.
What do you guys think? What do you think the outcome of this battle is going to be? Will the Emperor, well, future Emperor of the Adrestian Empire, Edelgard, son of Duke Ire Ferdinand, and the Ashen Demon Byleth, will they overcome a bunch of guys who are all just slowly moving forward to murder them? Place your bets now. It's gonna be an interesting one for sure. Oh, I'm not even sure what to do. Who has the Chalice of Beginnings? Yeah, let me hang back for another
Thank you.
another round. This is gonna be interesting. Alright. So, who is in this attack range? Is that just this guy? I think I have an avenue where I can have just one person that is able to attack. That sounds good to me. So, this will be a good way to bait them and to whittle them down. Alright, pay close attention, class.
That was nothing.
So, Ferdinand having the extra avoid is actually pretty darn helpful. Who'd have thunk? So I'm going to use Ferdinand to just get rid of this guy. Oh, he has Seth Blow. That's pretty good. Oh. Do this. Over here. And Gambit so that these guys don't get completely swarmed. Guess now just that Armor Knight is going to be able to attack, but he's definitely not going to be able to take down Edelgard himself. I should have switched away from bow. Why didn't I? Holy. Alright. So now we're going to do a strategy called hit and run. So. Oh, your battalion is so low. So this is kind of bad for Byleth. But between Byleth's speed, Byleth is going to gain a lot of levels. Byleth might actually level up in Pegasus Knight. Luckily I'm getting a lot of vulneraries.
Predictable.
And that is amazing. So yeah, no one else should be able to hit Byleth this round. Oh. They definitely were able to. I still have one more Fusillade. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to equip this Gambit forward, lock these guys into place. Gonna go ahead and make sure I have Gambit forward, lock these guys into place.
Careful now.
20 snow, but that's okay. I do still have this equipped, thinking I might have needed it for a specific reason. And thankfully, it actually did come in handy. This is coming together pretty well. If you like what you're seeing.
The noble.
let me know in the chat, and if you're not a follower of my stream already, consider following. I really want to take out this guy again, just too much, but I'm okay with wearing down my Armor Slayer if it means actually like beating these guys to a pulp. And I don't like the way they're organized for. Oh no, I don't want our battalion to break. That's right. And then I'll just take this back seat. Let them come a little bit closer. That is an excellent formation for. Oh no, he's out of assault troops. He has some assemblies though. I might actually take advantage of that. Can you one-hit kill this guy? No. Can you? You can two-hit kill him. And that's actually precisely what I need you to do. There.
Weak.
Oh! That actually, to me, warrants a change in strategy. So Fusillade and Assault Troop are all worn down. And yeah.
Careful now.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre. That was nothing.
I will prevail.
Yeah, her battalion's gonna get broken. Good crit. Oh.
That was nothing.
Okay. Alright. So, pretty much everything's working out much better than expected. Once again, thank you, Byleth. You regain some health, that's actually pretty clutch. Oh, you're broken? How did you get broken? It's actually mighty inconvenient. Can you double it? No, you can't. No, you can't. How did you get doubled? There. Naruhodo. What is this? 8. What do you got? 10. Okay. There. So I'm hoping this guy misses. Or it just doesn't do enough to kill him. Okay. Hey guys, look. We survived almost all of that. With only 3 units. No big deal.
Not worth the risk.
Do keep in mind that we're definitely not in the clear yet though. So time to spam healing. I need healing. And Edelgard I'm actually gonna have fall back. Because again, I don't want her
Stay focused.
battalion to break.
I can fight through anything.
Oh, Okay. Neither of them have any more vulneraries. So yeah, once you pass this point, I'm pretty sure the boys come out. Here's some boys. And I'm gonna hold back here too because there's gonna be, oh, 2 more. But Byleth will make quick work of them. Now that he can grab a vulnerary, he can buff himself a little bit. And that'll guard will provide some backup. Look at this. Ferdinand missing. Ferdinand missing. What is this game? That shouldn't be possible. Thank you, Cressicera. Oh, she got hit plus 20! And he has Death Blow. These guys are in the clear. These guys are making some big moves. Let's give it a try. There we go. I have no idea what's going on, but so far RNG has been in my favor. I'll have to say a bedtime prayer to RNGesus. Yeah, I'm gonna go up here because I want that, the item that this guy has. And Byleth has the Armor Slayer that she can use to go ahead and obliterate him.
I am Ferdinand von Eyre.
You definitely are. Listen to that confidence. These guys are facing death. They are literally in like such bad positioning pretty much this entire time, but still have not fallen. Why? Because he is Ferdinand von Eyre. Oh, I can double with Armor Slayer. Oh, I got hit, but accuracy ring might not actually be too necessary in this mode. I wasn't necessarily thinking about that. I do have Chalice of Beginnings, so I'm gonna head over here. I'm going to dismount, put away the accuracy ring, pull out some health, equipped the lance, and do that. Here we go. She's the first one that can get there, so I'll just do that. Oh, now you replenish Battalion Endurance instead of giving me more Gambit uses. Miss! She has the additional bow range. Should I? And then I'll mount and just heal. Oh no! Kim, I haven't been keeping track. We've made the same mistake. Alright. So, I'm gonna make a note for me. So, guys, if you've ever, you know, had a close friend or someone, and they just happen to be very forgetful, encourage them to go get tested for ADHD. It is a serious condition that impacts many facets of everyday life, including keeping track of a kill counter for a silly stream concept. Yeah, so that
Thank you.
kill counter I haven't been updating at all this chapter. So rather than panicking about it though, I am literally just going to I'll update it later when I have more availability to do so. So I'm gonna have to go back and update that. And chances are I haven't been keeping track of the ones I did the 2 practice battles. So it's literally just gonna become a feature where 10, that's not bad. I'm probably just gonna have to update it. Let me boost your dex just in case. But yeah, I'm literally just gonna have to update it like in between streams because I'm getting so focused on just the actual like streaming itself that I am not utilizing like I'm not actually keeping track of it, and it's bad. I'm okay with Ferdinand getting a kill here. Spoilers, monster alert. Yeah, it's so hard. I like the concept, but
Such the least.
it's so hard to keep track of. Alright, so this is what I would have loved to have. Okay, so I do have 2 gambits. This would be nice because it can pull them back towards my allies. I'll just weaken this a bit. Look at that Crescentaros. That's the only one that Ferdinand can strike. Battalion advantage. Oh! Oh no, that's bad! Luckily it's just these, but that was bad. That was bad. That was supposed to be the gambit I was gonna use. Alright. We can do this, we can do this. We just need to crush this. I figured that was gonna happen. And there's that other battalion sinking. But all is not lost. Shit. Alright, so armor's broken. We just have all this life to whittle down. Holy crap. Alright, so I'm gonna do this right now. Because this Shatter Slash will not only knock him down, but now his defense is generally just lower. 27 will kill. That is frightening.
Think this through.
22 will kill. That is frightening. I'm just gonna move closer and I said chalice at the beginning, so I'm just gonna adopt a more defensive path, I guess. Can I do this? Can do this. It's funny how attacking the one that has the thingo. Oh, that defense decrease only lasts for the one. That's not generally good for me. The crest of Keyhole actually coming into play here.
I will prevail.
Even with the defense down.
Stay focused.
Should I? Oh, that race was a bad one. Good level up though.
Careful now.
Time to run. What is that, magic bind? That's not coming in the handy very much. And I'm sorry, Ferdinand, I'm also running. Ah! Ferdinand is going to be MVP this round for sure. Shatter Slash. Ferdinand! You definitely need healing. And yeah, attacking will get you killed. .22, that's not good. So I can wait, but Byleth really just needs to try to recover and not die the next round. And honestly, no, this is a waste of time. Let me get that concoction running. Feels much more. So 23.
Unexpected. Stay focused.
It's so bad. Let me take this risk right away so that I can see how it's gonna work out. Nope, nope.
Forget.
That's okay. We have many divine pulses. Should I lower the
I am
defense or
Ferdinand
should I
von
just try to
Heyer.
do more damage? Let me try doing more damage. Ferdinand is so good!
Unexpected.
Is this a range that you can attack without getting countered? Thank you, Cressosaurus. And then 35.
Stay focused.
What can you do, Byleth? Just kill him. Is this... Let me see if... Okay. Though that's not particularly good per se. Okay. I think we got this. Because even if that does hit Ferdinand, he'll survive. And look at this, only 13 HP. So, everyone here mastered their class that they're in. So it literally just comes down to who I want to get up in levels faster. I guess, who has weapon level? Byleth still needs. Yeah, Byleth still needs stuff. I'll use Byleth then. Oh no. Oh no. Can I weaken him with this? Yeah, let's do that. Alright. Ferdinand is literally making this work. Right? Between his evasion,
It is
his
done.
Shatter Slash weakening monsters, I might have had a better time if I remembered to equip Edelgard with I think she has Monster Breaker combat art, and that would have allowed her to do a good amount more damage. But because her battalion was broken,
His form was
um,
changed.
oh yes, I need to keep this up so I can take the Lance of Ruin from Rhea.
Professor, I have all see to people all please ensure
So
his
you
transfer
gain stuff.
punishment for... Of course.
You gain
The
support with
church
Rhea here, but I will not.
What is the meaning
What is the
of
meaning of
this?
this? You dare betray me?
Excuse me,
Just
Lady
like
Rhea.
Carrots
I am
betrayed Evan?
overjoyed and now
But yeah, if you
As
say
the
no to
next
her
head
there
of-
with
on my family's
Sylvain
name.
in your party, you can
However, your
actually
brother-
Yes.
get the Lance of Ruin much earlier than you would if you
I assume
do
the
not
Archbishop was pleased with
disobey
it.
her. I did not return it.
I'm glad.
Ah,
Sylvain
and even
must be
Edelgard likes
overjoyed
it.
as well.
Look at that.
I keep thinking about what
Alright. We'll progress through things here.
Professor, you have done well to
Yes. Difficult tasks and all. Yeah, no, I think that went actually really well. So, just for reference, if anyone's checking out this VOD later or whatever,
Part 1.
Chapter 5 on Manning mode is actually considered pretty hard. And you saw there's reinforcements from two sides, and it's double turn reinforcements that attack the same turn that they come into play. So it takes knowledge of the map, it takes careful positioning, because if you get flanked from either side, like it'll really take a toll on your army in general. But also just the
it's you.
positioning,
Out late again.
like being able to go 3 against 37 and a monster fight at the end that I would have preferred to have another gambit for, but
As I believe you
yeah,
are already
it was
aware, set
it was that was a spectacle. I hope that you all enjoyed watching that. Yeah. Oh, I should have clipped something in there.
You have my
Maybe I'll need to go back and review and make a clip of it so that people can see, like, they don't have to watch the whole thing.
It's needing sweetness. What?
But
Inspirational.
part of that worked because
I am in agreement.
Ferdinand is in the Brigand class right now.
Yes.
And not only did that get him
If you are
the
having
death blow
problems,
ability that I really wanted from mastering that class, but that class also has I believe it has a class modifier in
I am in agreement.
HP, and I think Ferdinand survived that like monster special attack with 2 HP. So let me just double check how much I'm telling the truth there, because I plan to do some certifications here right now anyways. So certifications. Oh, I am Brigand, so. Let me check with Edelgard. She already has it. Alright. I can check right here. So yeah, it has a class modifier of +2. So if Ferdinand was not in the Brigand class, but instead a class that did not have a HP class modifier, like let's say Thief, not that that's a class that we really need to do, if he was in any other class, he probably would have just died. So yeah, that was pretty down to the wire. Alright, so let's hope I'm not just throwing this away. Can you get an archer certification here, Byleth? Yes, you are in fact Teach.
A new
Go ahead and get that hit +20. you. The only thing you need is this, which is 100% now. So Edelgard pretty much has all of her intermediate certifications that she needs. She just, oops! I hit change immediately, and I wasn't quite ready for that. So he already has Brigand, he already has Archer. So the other one I wanted for was Mercenary. Let's see if he can get that. Look at him! Look at him. I knew about the +2 all along. Well, it's something that I had in the back of my head. Because that is one reason why I like the Brigand class. The Brigand class has that has that class modifier of 2 for that, but also has a class modifier of 2 for strength, making it a great class offensively and defensively. And of course you get Death Blow, so Brigand is just a very good class for physical units in general. So oh yeah, this has a class modifier of minus, oh no, it has a class modifier of 0, so, but that's one thing that you want to consider when picking classes. I think overall the mastered skills that you can get, like the Death Blow, the Hit +20, contribute the most value overall, but paying attention to class modifiers, and I also try to pay attention to skill experience bonus, like you see in the bottom right. Weapon types that you'll see a unit, like that you want to see a unit improve in more quickly, putting them into a class that increases that quicker can definitely be a beneficial thing. So I guess it doesn't actually show you I guess it doesn't actually show you what the skill experience bonus is until you master it. Well, you certify for it at least. So yeah, something to keep in mind, and definitely came in clutch there. So now I can swap some abilities around. Darting Blow might be fairly helpful. I'll do that, and I'm still better with axes there, so let me keep that. Ooh. This is a tough call. Yeah, I'll probably replace that. Death Blow for... That's a lot of prowess skills. I'll probably take that, and this might actually come in handy if I'm fighting like sword units. Some additional hit and avoid. At least until I get hit +20, and then I'll slap that on. Because then that'll be hit +20 against all units, and as we saw, Ferdinand's avoid is actually just pretty good in general right now. Actually, he never uses axes. I'll probably do bow prowess. Rally dexterity really doesn't make that big of an impact. It's very underwhelming. Look at all these clutch things that we're learning. Three allied flyers are adjacent to an enemy. So this is something we can actually make use of in this run, because I'm making all 3 of them flyers. So this combat art, it's silly, but it actually adds a lot to it. The might is not the best, but the crit, it'll pretty much guarantee a crit. And the hit rate is very good, especially against monsters. It pretty much will guarantee that they hit there. Yeah, I did have Monster Breaker here. That would have been better than Smash, but that's actually a good might bonus. I might actually switch out Smash anyways, because I have hit +20 now, so Edelgard's accuracy is going to be much better. There's... Oh, right. Actually, so Archer is fine. That's where I want to be. What do I want next? Pegasus Knight is probably actually going to be the play. Because then I can get her up to the... Do I want Death Blow? Do I want Death Blow? Or do I want Darting Blow? Yeah, I wish they showed which skill experience bonus, like, up front. You can kind of infer it, especially if you played Fire Emblem previously. But like something like Archer increasing your sword, that only makes sense because in Three Houses, one of the advanced classes, Assassin, you need both sword and bow in order to certify for it. So that's the only reason that makes sense there. Brigand for Death Blow or that for Darting Blow? Death Blow or Darting Blow? I'll do Death Blow for now. And then he will get hit plus 20. Because Advantage is good, but a little bit less necessary. Especially without access to Wrath yet. So hit plus 20 is definitely going to be a little bit more impactful. How's everyone's night going? Is everyone enjoying the stream who's here so far?
Huh?
Who all caught a glimpse of that, like, what was that called? This, like, super blossom blood moon the other night? Sounds super intense.
I hope you're up for a challenge.
Someone made Anna Immortal Savant. I have questions about their decisions.
Hello. If she for her who? Let's gather.
So
I have a favor to
I
ask.
start with the quest here first. Her motivation's already maxed. That's beautiful. There's...
Let's see.
No, I can't recruit them at all, so nothing to gain from talking to them.
Where I hear, but though it was.
I could definitely recruit Leonie right now, but her need for the time skip.
Perhaps this is not a kidnapping at all. If that is.
Yeah, you disagree with Florence.
It would seem it's a shame. If Flame were
Well, I definitely want him earlier because his paralog is
indeed.
soon, and he can adjutant with Ferdinand, so that will definitely help me out a good bit. Let me go down here so I can buy the stuff that I want. The Red Moon. Yep. I didn't see it be like red.
What brings you
Oh
here?
man. Talked to her too soon. I didn't see it be like red because it was pretty cloudy in the area I was at.
How about a favor?
But
Hello.
yeah, the moon did look huge and just kind of like, it was very, very
there.
there. Like, you couldn't ignore
one,
it at
yes?
all.
I think this one, yes. I thank you. This one,
And
yes.
I'm definitely buying some smithing stones because I
thank you.
like 100% have some stuff to
This one, yes. I thank you.
to repair.
This one, yes. I thank you.
Could always give that to
Return soon,
to
please.
his face.
Hey, welcome. You
Buy
have
a
a good
couple of
eye.
these.
A pleasure
and
doing.
buy
You have a
purple.
good eye.
Lots of purple.
A pleasure. Come again.
I might have overbought purple, but we'll see. I could recruit Shamir.
Professor?
Is recruiting Shamir
I
something
think
that
I
I
haven't,
would
but I
like to do?
also.
Because Shamir is excellent, and normally I would say recruit her as soon as possible, add her into your army, and just never look back. But it's a little bit more complicated if you can't use Shamir. But
All I did was suggest that Flame might have eloped. I don't know.
there we go. Yeah, usually you just kind of agree with
Nope,
the,
he was all. It's probably.
can I recruit you?
Goodness, I was just.
What are, oh, Ferdinand's motivation is low. We gotta feed Ferdinand. And Ignat's, well, Ignat's side probably should be able to actually recruit pretty well. Whoop. There we go. Yeah, there's like a red full moon last
I am sure the chef is quite
Sunday
capable.
night. It was.
There is only
And
some
it was
we will-
just it was like in I was picturing it like in Breath of the Wild
Do you have
when
any
just
idea
everything
as to
comes
where
back
she
to
might
life.
be? Where she might have.
Felix, Mr. Sundere himself.
It could have this.
I know.
I know
I
nothing.
know.
I know
I
nothing.
know.
Join me for. I might.
He wants me to he's saying that he wants higher speed and sword. My speed is 22. I think that's good. It's just that my sword is only D+, and Felix actually wants B rank in the thing that he requires you to be good at. So
Maybe.
Felix is actually a little bit hard to recruit if you're not focusing on sword with Byleth, which it is entirely possible to like use sword with Byleth as like your main thing.
No.
But if you're using sword a lot with Byleth,
See, I can't. Oh, Aloise.
it's kind of
Thank.
it's a hit or miss because it's great if you're trying to
Eric, you don't think Flame was... Whether...
what am I saying? It's great if you want Byleth to be able to use wind sweep and to just rely on like being able to do counterattacks. Well, do attacks without being able to get countered.
It is only.
That is actually pretty amazing. And it also has a pretty good rate of critical hit. So it's good. It's definitely good for sure. But the overall damage output is less than if you were to utilize a weapon such as
Professor.
axe or lance.
Interesting. Flame. I just. If it was. Oh.
Let me just make sure I didn't miss any items. Any shiny orbs over this way. I did.
Right.
Young what?
Flames.
I didn't actually look at which one I picked. I accidentally just picked one, and luckily it seems like it was good.
Professor.
Hey, I wonder if it has anything to... Oh. Flame... Shamir before... Hello.
Oh, there we go.
Do you really think Flame was kidnapped? I have a feeling.
I won't be able to recruit.
Professor. She always seems so naive about the ways of the world. Yes.
Should I try to recruit Ignatz right now?
Oh. Someone. Professor, I'd like...
Dex and authority. How high does he need my authority to be? Oh. Oh yeah, tournament
Did you
organizer.
some of the what? What would make you suspect him? I see.
Axe tournament. Woohoo! Oh boy. I know just the person to put in the axe tournament.
Witness my power.
This is actually excellent because with hit plus 20, her hit rate's going to be like almost 100% guaranteed against everyone.
Your
And,
defeat was inevitable.
Everyone else, their hit rate is like 69%, which they seem to be hitting pretty accurately anyways, but that fighter even had speed plus 2, but Edelgard's just like, no, I can double you. Cover. Not that I really need it, but look at that Crest of Flames. It even says Crest of Flames.
How was that?
Oh wait, sorry. That was a cutscene that I skipped. At this point in the game, Edelgard does actually tell you that she also has the Crest of Flames. Spoilers for anyone who isn't up to date
Now
on
you know your
Three
limits.
Houses lore, especially for the Crimson Flower route. Edelgard is not related to Byleth in any way, but the Crest of Flames was something that the main bad guys, those who slither in the dark,
Impressive.
wanted to try
Nice
to
work.
reproduce and have control over someone who could use the power of that crest in order to wield like the sword of the creator, and essentially to create someone who could go on par with any of the members of the church. I don't know. The Star Terrace might be a good place to look at stars. What? Not? That is insane. Why would a Star Terrace not be a good place to look at stars?
Dear, please, may I ask a favor?
I feel deceived and lied to.
Need something?
Need something? Maybe I should up my sword skills so that Felix likes me better. Bow and brawling. I don't necessarily need them, per se. The extra Divine Pulse will help, but I think I want the...
This one?
I'm gonna fast track to experience plus 10%.
You're all set.
Try to get
See
there as
you again
fast as
soon.
possible. Because that might be a little bit more meaningful to me. Because Divine Pulse, I already have a good amount, and I'll get even more from completing what's her face's Sothis's Paralog. That will come up, and I'll get an extra Divine Pulse use from that.
That is all. She would never.
Oh, he can't instruct you when he's worried. He's too anxious to teach you how to use an axe.
Well,
Pity.
Because but we haven't. What's that? She was carrying something. A mask of. I'm not close.
We figured it out, guys. Scooby-Doo and the gang has solved the mystery. We think. Alright, what more do I have going on? Turn into Edelgard. Oy.
Professor, I knew I could count on you. Manuela? Yuritsa is...
Alright, so yeah. Let me collect some more herbs. This game revolves a lot around herbs. I need to actually go and hand deliver it to Marianne. I like the fetch quest where it's like, oh yeah, find this item. And then as soon as you pick it up, then it's like, oh, quest complete,
I
good
didn't
job.
mean to trouble you.
Here, she's actually like forcing me to go about it, and I'm not too keen on that. Speed carrot, once again. Alright. So, when I get them, I always go with purple flower seeds because it'll grant me, I have a chance of getting Rocky Burdock, which will increase my strength permanently, which can be very good. Alright, let's see if we can get some good sauna times in. Look at that sauna attire. Alright, let's get a little steamier. I'm worried that Edelgard might not actually get all the way up. Because Byleth's already there. Byleth is good. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave because Edelgard's not feeling it. Let's see if Ferdinand has a better time. Because he had to get Edelgard up, I would have had to have Byleth just burn. So here I really just need Ferdinand, because Byleth already has the bonus. Holy crudzo. One more? Because Byleth is feeling great. Ferdinand, oh! She's red, but Ferdinand. And Ferdinand's just like, yeah, that was great, Teach. Did you like that? And the Byleth is just like, oh, I am burnt. But I'm pretty sure Byleth still retains her being refreshed from the first go around. So even though it got steamed up, I think that's fine. Oh yeah, Ash I'll be able to just recruit as is. That's not something I'm worried about.
I enjoy baking.
Hey.
I see. Cooking is. Wow.
Alright. Oops. Who do I have support with? Mercedes. After that, yeah. Not bad. Alright. What do I do next? Do I... Goals. Ferdinand's up. I tried to do the sauna time. I won't be able to redo it again with them until next week. I think I just want to do some trainings. What is Byleth certified for? Oh. So, Byleth wants Brigand. And what level? Axe D. Yeah. If I can find like Gilbert, he was up here. Get some axe training. I think that's what Byleth needs most right now. Oh, wrong way.
Really?
Miss, we do not. I am. Well, hopefully, I can lay your suspicion. I was. If ink net is.
Yeah, Byleth is still refreshed. So even though you got super steamy, Byleth is still fine. Oh wait, did I do the minigame? Let me go here. I'll do the support conversation and then do the minigame if I haven't. Doing the hide and seek minigame is just good for a couple reasons. the items that you get, and there's also a chance to get a battalion that's actually pretty good after you do the minigame so many times. Oh, I don't need an armor slayer. Alright. Love you. Thank you for just... Excellent. You guys are the bomb.
Oh. A moment.
Sense a nearby presence. Amazing.
Professor.
Some people go up there and that really throws me off. Alright, hints appear on the minimap. So
Professor.
huh.
I was thinking.
Would have figured I would have seen circle from it sooner than later. I'm actually about to get bodied by this minigame.
Right.
Can I get a larger circle?
Interesting.
Huh. Oh no, I got stuck. I am very upset. The person's probably on the bridge, like going to going to the cathedral. Oh, yep. I hate people that go over there.
Hey!
That's so disrespectful, people who put their person across the way. Viscam. So, there's this local specialty, Viscam. That's something that's been spread around Fire Emblem via the Travelers. That's actually a hacked item. Viscam is the physical embodiment of the weapon of the Spears of Light that is used to attack, in it's like chapter 17 or 18 or something. So like it's a physical embodiment of a weapon that is meant to do like massive damage, and I think it has like really far range and a lot of power, but it only has 1 gold. Downside of that, if you download it off of here, I remember it has a chance to like actually just crash your game. So yeah, I would recommend against getting Viscam there. Alright. Anything else I wanted to do? Recruit Shamir now or recruit Shamir later? Because I could do her paralog, but that's pretty tough actually. I might want to wait till later. The donut pillow is finished. Good job, Kimmy. You'll have to send me pictures of it. I think I'm finished. I'm out of activity points. I did that. I did all the free stuff I could do. Oh. Yeah, I'll eat.
Oh, Ooh.
There we go, getting Bernie's motivation up. It has a
Our
pink
professor
frosting.
is
That
good.
is gorgeous.
What a split.
Is that
I hope that my my streaming gives you focus and motivation as you work on your projects. And maybe the pink frosting donut pillow can be an emote. What do we think? Hi. I don't think I have any more of these guys. Not that they can really certify. Edelgard's good. No more certifications for Edelgard. Ferdinand is good. No more certifications for him. Armor Knight was a possibility, but his defense is 12 already, so that's not really going to help. I could try to train armor because he gets his budding talent, but that's eh. He does need to get his flying up though. He's gonna have real trouble certifying for Wyvern Rider. But I do need to get him. Oh, let me set his goals then. He really needs to focus on axes. I want Swiss strikes as quick as possible, but him certifying in the classes that he wants is also pretty important. And Edelgard, yeah, getting the armor up is still a fine thing to do at this point. Because weight -3, and if her defense is still, if her defense is still under 17 by the time she gets to level 20, which is going to be pretty soon, that'll give her a small defense buff. Here's an O. That's not a donut. That's an O. But yeah, otherwise Edelgard's skill levels are pretty much where I want her to be. I don't really necessarily have any plans for her for the advanced classes here, except for Wyvern Rider. Because Wyvern Rider has a class modifier. No, it's because of the Axe Bearer, the Canto, and the flying movement. Fortress Knight will give the base value buff for defense. Oh, it'll even raise her dex based on what it's at now. So that could be good. Maybe I should try to train her in something if she would gain a base value modifier. Warrior could be good if I wanted Wrath, but I would have wanted to get Vantage to really make the best use of that. And Warrior having 5 move is not quite as good as 7. Yes, you get the extra plus 10, but that would give me a pretty good base value for Dex. And I've never thought to use Edelgard as a mage. She actually has a decent spell list, not amazing, but yeah. But yeah. What about these classes? Trickster, not planning to use her in Trickster. War Cleric, don't plan to use her in that. And then these are magic classes, so yeah, I'm pretty much just gonna take her into Wyvern then. Because even for Master, Falcon Knight is evasive and all, but doesn't have quite as much power. Wyvern Lord, look, like, class modifier of just 1, whereas Wyvern Lord, class modifier of 4. What a savant. I wish it even told you what abilities you get when you master. Because for the master classes, when you get up to like fully mastering it, you get a Define ability. I just can't remember all of them. Like, I know Falcon Knight is Define a Void, where when your health is really low, like 25% or less, it boosts your Avoid by a lot. Wyvern Lord is Define Crit, which can be pretty useful. Great Knight's Define Defense, which is garbage, because if you're almost dead on maddening mode, that extra like +6 defense or whatever it is not gonna really help you stay alive. Don't actually remember what Bow Knight is. Or these. That's probably Defiant Magic. And then War Master, which you can't see because of Edelgard being female, has Defiant Strength, which is actually pretty useful. But yeah, Intermediate is really the tier that has so many like class skills that are worth learning. Here, unless if you're going for like a for Advanced, I'm gonna certify for Fortress Knight for that defense bonus. I'm gonna certify for Wyvern Rider because it's just one of the best classes in this tier. But otherwise, the only other useful things really are Paladin if you had a horseback unit that you just don't want to take into a master class. Or if you're on the way to master, this could be a good way to train riding. Warrior if you want to learn Wrath, but that's pretty much it. Sniper if you want to have them focus on bow, and that's it. Someone like keeping Shamir there is good. Ignatz, it allows him to provide more damage because you get the Hunter's Volley combat art, while still being able to provide his supportive combat arts and stuff from a range. And Bishop can be a decent endgame class mostly because of that white magic uses times 2. So if you have like a rescue, you can use 6 uses rather than 3. If you have a warp, you can use 2 instead of 1, so on and so forth. So you can end the game with someone here and that works just fine. Warlock usually wants to go into Dark Knight or one of the DLC classes like, or Gremory. I can't forget about Gremory. But yeah, the DLC classes like Darkflyer and Valkyrie, you can certify for at the same level as Warlock, but are just generally better. These guys, I wish swords were better in Three Houses. It's a shame. In Smash Brothers, most of the characters I play are sword characters, but in this game, swords are bad. Like, you could definitely beat the game with just swords, and like, that's something I would be willing to take on a challenge, because it's definitely doable. It'll take many more turns, and it'll be more RNG reliant on your units being able to avoid things, because you just won't have the damage output to, like, one round the different, like, all the enemies before you get counterattacked. So, yeah, Edelgard's pretty much, she has all of her certifications. Gonna master Brigand to get Deathblow. Then switch to Pegasus Knight, and I'll probably take the time to master that too. 1 for the flying experience, and 2 for darting blow and triangle attack. Byleth, mastering this for hit plus 20 for Archer, and then I'll slide into Brigand to get Deathblow. Just, even though Byleth is going on the faster end, Deathblow is definitely a very welcome addition. Ferdinand, he has his. I just want Deathblow, hit plus 20, and Vantage from Mercenary. Thief's not necessary, though. Is there any? No. Base. This isn't necessary. That's not necessary. These aren't necessary. What does Heartseeker do? Adjacent foes suffer at void, minus 20. I like how they put that ability on a mage type character. Like, mages having access to magic is beneficial because you can attack from a 1 or 2 range. So the Heartseeker ability pretty much just makes it seem like less desirable to use magic at that 2 range. Or it does say during combat in general, not just combat with the unit that is the Dark Bishop. Sorry, Dark Mage. So you can also make it easier for your allies to hit, but if they all have hit plus 20, then, you know, like, those will stack, but a little overkill. Alright, I was kind of going off on a tangent because I'm getting tired, and I think this is a reasonable time for me to cut my stream off there. So, I'm gonna save. Alright, so yeah, today we beat Chapter 5 on Manning mode with 3 whole units. I will say the DLC was pretty helpful. The fact that I'm using it, 1, because of the Chalice of Beginnings, being able to... I didn't actually use it that much, to be honest, actually. Because most of the time, like, fighting those archers that are in the center, to trigger them so that they start moving towards me. That was mostly Edelgard in the Archer class, counterattacking them. So yeah, Chalice didn't really help all that much. But the stat boosters probably did come in handy, like getting some more HP on units, some additional strength, some additional speed. It's not so much that it's like game changing. It's not like a completely different game experience, but yeah, it's still useful that I had those. Could I beat this without it? Probably, but I would probably end up being a lot more like insistent about trying to meet certain thresholds, so I might like restart more for either failures, or if I get bad level ups, or if I don't get the right tutoring sessions or whatever, and that's just a lot of work. So, but yeah, we got through chapter 5. That's an amazing accomplishment. Most of the rest of the storyline chapters going forward until like close to time skip are going to be much easier. We'll start getting into paralogs in a couple of chapters, so those will step up the challenge rating, and bring some interesting maps into play. So yeah, lots of things to look forward to, and gladly we are doing well. Kill counter is not accurate. I'll need to go back and review the VOD and the 2 battles and all that, and I'll update that before I do the next Ferdinand stream. So here, let me make a note of myself. Update Ferdinand kill counter. Bram. It's actually not too bad for me to go back and do that, because you can just rewatch the stream at like ×2 speed, and it's silly because I'm talking like a madman, but I achieved my goal of being able to be like, all right, 1 for Edelgard, 1 for Byleth, 1 for this. So, all right. Well, today seemed like a quiet night, but thank you to those who did join me in the chat. I always appreciate you being here, and it was a good Friday night. Tuesday night. I wish it was Friday night. Again, tomorrow there's a good chance that I might not stream, just because I'm not quite sure what time I get home. It's entirely possible I could get home at a better time, but like I said, they changed the routes around, so I have new stops that I'm not going to be used to, and maybe they'll send a supervisor with to help show me how to do those new stops, or they'll just like baby burn me and just kick me out of the nest and hope I figure it out. So, alright. Friday. Yeah, we fell into the time warp again. We're in post time skip. That's the era that we ended up in. So, well, since it's Friday, I guess I don't need to go to bed at all. No. Alright. Thank you all for joining my stream. I'm gonna cut it there, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Follow the stream if you're not already. There's a link to the Twitter if you want to follow me there. I'm not trying to monetize, but it's just another venue to advertise and get the word of my stream out there a bit. Yeah, that's all I have the energy for right now. Thank you all. Have a good night.